Okay, I finally upgraded the Mistral Super Freighter with Trade Command Software Mark III and have given him the sector trade order for a little while now. He's currently in Seaswell, which is definitely not the best sector trading sector, but it's a starting place for now. And one thing I've noticed, and this has been pretty consistent in the series, is I was manually trading with him before, and I was manually trading energy cells, and I had a ton of it in my cargo bay. Now I've gotten rid of some of it now, but the Trade Command software seems to ignore your pre-existing freight when it starts its function. So I had I had probably 9,000 energy or so in the freight bay when I finally got this Mark III software, and I gave it the sector command or sector trade software, the sector trade command, and it completely ignored the fact that its cargo bay was full of energy. Now that's good in some ways, because if you give it say 1,000 energy to start with, it will use that to emergency jump, and that makes sense to me. But since I had so much energy in the freight bay, it completely ignored it, started trading ore, only had room to buy about 9 units, and that's all it bought. So if this happens, you want to be aware of it, and you need to manually get rid of the freight. So I went ahead and sold it at cost, well, just a little above cost. I think actually this was 14, so that wasn't too bad. Two units of profit per. And at this point, I'm probably going to go ahead. Well, actually, there's a really good price right there. Let's go ahead and try to grab this at 19 and sell the rest, and then I will reassign the sector trade order so that he can start leveling up. But just something to keep in mind. Just remember that, I don't think it really considers the freight that's existing in the freight bay once you give it that order. So it's best to give it the sector command or sector trade order with an empty freight bay or with a minimum amount of energy for jumping. So okay, yeah, he's about done here. I'm going to move him on.
You are talking to the...
Okay, protect station mission. This one's average. I actually haven't seen one of those in a while, so we're going to go ahead and take this. And I'm already really close.
Paranid energy pirate buzzard.
Press the home key to get the closest enemy. And I'll be back when I'm in the thick of it. Okay, another protect the station mission. Nothing you haven't seen before.
The family Ronkar and the Split Dynasty are appreciative of your valuable assistance.
Target is now in firing range. Pirate Nova.
You never know. You can sometimes capture these things on a mission, so I'm going to slow down my rate of fire here. At least give it a shot. Unlikely, but...
Autopilot off.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Asteroid.
Yeah, I'm going to pay for that. That was quite a bit of hull damage. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning up the rest of this, and I'll be right back.
Your payment comes through to you now.
You have gained recognition.
Okay, well that closed out a little quicker than I thought it would. A little quicker, excuse me. So sorry about not capturing that. And a little bit of goofiness on my part. I wasn't paying a lot of attention because I was trying to talk. Took quite a bit of hull damage. So anyways, even after buying the Mark III, doing that mission, got a little bit of extra income there to offset. I'm going to go ahead and repair up since I'm down to half hull, and I will be right back. Just had a rather interesting discovery for myself. I've been playing this game for a very long time and honestly didn't know this until now.
Jump device charging.
I have given my Explorer software, or my Kestrel ship, the Explorer and Map Sector command for 3 worlds. But if you look at it, there's nothing there, and he's all the way out. He's spiraled all the way out, and has mapped nothing. So I'm going to jump into the sector and take a look at what's there, and figure out why he's not mapping anything.
Entering system 3 worlds.
And as we all know, yeah, there's plenty of stuff here.
Autopilot
I jumped into sector and I've already mapped a station, quite a few actually. So you zoom out, you see the Explorer is off the map. He's already spiraled all the way out and had gotten nothing. Now I got to thinking about the tutorial videos that I did with station placement, and remembered the insert key, which changes the axis. Right now, if you'll look, I'm on the XZ axis. If you press insert, it'll flip the sector map around, and now I'm on the XY axis. So I'm going to test a theory. I just flipped it as you saw. I'm going to give him the command to map sector again, except I'm going to do it with, okay, yeah, when you give him the command, it goes back to the default, which is XZ. Hit insert, go down to XY, zoom out to check how big it is. Let's just go 534.
command accepted.
Zoom out. I'm going to put on SATA, and we'll see if he picks things up this time. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, he's already picked up the east gate, and I'm positive he's going to get the rest of the sector this time. So the axis of the map certainly affects the Explorer or the map sector command. I've never run into that until now, so just FYI. For most sectors it works just fine at default, but if you run into the occasional sector, you know, you may want to flip the axis and give them the map command, which makes me want to go back and check out some of the other sectors I've already mapped to see if I can find something else without having to go look through. And of course you can always jump into the sector like I've done, and you know, I can see there's a gate over there that's not mapped. And again, back at the tutorial videos, when you initially jump into a sector, I was talking about taking a look around the screen, because you'll see things first that your scanner won't pick up nearly as quickly. So, okay, well, I'm going to let him finish mapping this out, and then the goal is, like I said, to get down into some Argon space to open up some more trading potentials and mission potential. Okay, I'll be back. Well, one of the problems with playing this game for so long and having played so many games of X3TC, multiple save games, is that they all start to run together in your mind. And it's really interesting. Had I not forgotten to do this, I wouldn't have discovered the little axis trick with the sector map and the map sector command. But it really helps to pay attention to details when you're playing this game, because it is a very detailed oriented game. My Explorer ship, as many of you noticed from watching the videos, and I wasn't even paying attention to it because I was focused on talking about the play, or the Let's Play, it didn't have a decent scanner on it. I don't even think it had a duplex scanner, so obviously it was missing everything. So I just flew As fast as he is, it wasn't that big of a deal to do. I flew him back over to a station that sells a triplex scanner and put one on. As you can see, his scanner is his scan range is much larger now, which will solve the issue of mapping the sectors. But it's still interesting to note that axis change, and I'm still going to go back and look into a couple of places and see if it comes up with something different. But again, pay attention to details when you pick up a new ship for a specific purpose. You know, make sure you get the right gear. Note to self. Okay, I'm going to let him fly back over, and then I'm going to pick up where I left off. Okay, my Kestrel is back in 3 worlds, and you can see the vast difference in the scanner range with the triplex scanner.
Entering atmosphere.
And don't run into a planet.
Danger. Entering atmosphere. Danger. Entering atmosphere.
So you can see the vast difference in scan range. Makes a huge difference. And he's already picking up stuff, so yeah, not really worth setting up an explorer ship without the triplex scanner. So okay, back to it. Okay, since the last cut, I've done quite a bit. I did pick up a second Kestrel as an explorer ship, named him Explorer 2, but unfortunately my first Kestrel was destroyed. I had him exploring the west side of the map and going down into Pyramid space, and I thought he would be safe because he's really quick, and he was on the very outskirts of the sector and was destroyed by one of the larger Pyramid ships. So I guess I got hit by the outer sector situation, but it's okay. I still have my main explorer doing his job, and my hauler, this super freighter, I renamed him to ST1, which is just a shorthand system I use for all of my games, for Sector Trader 1. And it's really handy when you have about 30 or 40 of these running around the map. It's easy to identify you know, which one you're dealing with, especially when you get a message or something like that. I misspoke when I said Kingdom N is the sector that I was aiming for to do the automated trading to build up both income and the skill of the trader. It's actually Empire's Edge, which is down in Pyramid space. It's one of my favorite sectors to do the sector trading in, because it just builds up very, very quickly there. But it is Pyramid, and I'm pretty much shoot on sight. So my goal now, and I've already started doing this, is to just take the occasional jet down to Pyramid Prime and take out the occasional pirate that I can find, just to work my standing up to 1 notch above shoot on sight. And once I get to that point, then I can send my sector trader down into Pyramid space and get him started in Empire's Edge, which will make a bit of money. It will level him up fairly quickly, but more importantly, it'll also build up my Pyramid rep very fast. I don't know if you remember from my property screen from the last. I did this video capture twice now. For some reason, my capture program crashed on me and I lost about 5 minutes of video. And I went ahead and saved my game, so I can't go back and capture it now. But one of the little M3s, I think it was, that I had captured earlier in the game was just sitting in a shipyard. I went ahead and sold it to get rid of it. I'm not going to use it. And it was only 40K, so it wasn't that much of a boost. But I think I mentioned this, and again, apologize if I didn't, because I just did this video segment, and it's hard to remember if I only did this in the first one or if I've already said it in this one. But I did pick up 3 more shields for the Mistral Super Freighter. It has a maximum of 6. There were 3 in stock, so I've picked them up. They're 100K a piece. They're very expensive, but since this is going to be a large portion of my income, I want to keep them safe, so I'm going to max their shields out as soon as I can. But I think 4 is enough for now, so if I can get my standing up before that happens, I'll go ahead and throw him down there and get him sector trading. He also made his first trade. I currently have him working in Company Pride, which isn't the greatest place to sector trade, but he was able to pick up some energy and sell it, which made me a decent profit. But he already leveled up to 2. Once he gets up to around, I believe it's 8, I can extend his range by 2 or 3 sectors, and that's where it becomes very profitable if you put him in the right place. So, anyways, that's the current state of my game. I'm going to continue mapping with the Explorer, continue doing the sector trade with the hauler, and start looking for some more missions in between, looking at chances to take down pirates in the Pyramid space to work on my rep. So, until next time. I just remembered one thing that I did want to mention in this video clip. I know I went through the little episode of talking about changing the plane of the sector map and it affecting the map sector command with the Explorer software, but I still ran into an issue, and I think, not positive, I may have just messed it up and not actually checked both planes of the map, but I'm pretty sure that when I mapped Rolk's fate, it simply did not map everything for some reason. I may go try to find an earlier save game and try to do that again and actually watch it step by step to see what happens. But I had to, in my personal ship, jump over to Rolk's fate and look around until I found the south gate, so that the Explorer ship could jump through that gate and then continue doing its exploring, which it picked up the rest of the sectors it's in okay so far. As a matter of fact, he's just sitting there. Let me go ahead and give him command now. Zoom out so you get the full range. Put this up in the middle. 839.
Command accepted.
So anyways, I had to physically jump in here and look for the gate myself for some reason. So I'm going to have to look into that and find out why the Explorer software, especially with the triplex scanner, didn't pick that up. Hopefully it was just a mistake on my part. But just a note, in case you run into a place where you know there's another sector down there and you just can't, your Explorer is not finding it. And you can use a little bit of common sense looking at the map. I mean, it's basically a big grid of X and Y's, X across and Y up and down, and chances are there's probably something here you can see, and there's probably something here. So use that. Again, I talked about that in the tutorials, but you can use that when you're trying to reason the map and do some exploring in a newer game. So anyways, wanted to mention that.